Hello, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy.
New Year. Welcome,
Hi,
Renee,
Renee.
and welcome, Gordy. This is our Talks on Tuesday, and I'm Chelsea Richens, and I'm here with Barbara Solomon and Mary Chase and Julie Stone. And we're just going to visit and talk for about a half hour, and our conversation will be recorded, and we like to post on YouTube for people who aren't able to join us right now can see the replay. And I'm hosting today. We take turns, and I thought for the new year we would kind of do a relaxation slash self-healing. And so to start off with, I will guide us through a little bit of physical relaxation. And then I'm going to read a poem called The Gift of the Healer. And it is written by Eric Pearl and Gillian Fleer. And you can find the poem, if you're interested later, in uh, The Direct Path to Healing, which is a book by Eric Pearl and Gillian Fleer, and it talks about healing in general and specifically reconnective healing. And they'll be in our recorded version on YouTube. We'll have a little link if you're interested in anything pertaining to reconnective healing. But so let's start, and feel free to close your eyes if that's comfortable. And let's just breathe normally, whatever feels good. For me, taking a refreshing breath feels good. And I feel that enter my lungs. And as I breathe, I feel that oxygen flow through my lungs, down my spine, and to all the other areas of our body. Relax your hands. Relax your wrists. And let the energy that is flow up your arms. And notice what you hear. Notice the wind, the temperature of the room. And just let yourself go. Let your mind float away. And I will go forward with the poem. I am presence. I am wonder. I am innocence. I am willing to not know and yet be knowingness simultaneously. I am willing to not know the form of the healing and yet be in knowingness that it is in perfect form. I am certainty in chaos, and the chaos in my certainty. I am integrity. I am wisdom, not always fully expressing either, yet always a perfect expression of both. I am impetus. I am inspiration. I am essence. I am consciousness, yet not self-consciousness. I am aware and awareness. I manifest as matter and I matter. I am vibration and I am resonance in my stillness. I am a photon. I am a proton. I am in, I am of, and I am. I am my own healing, and thus my own revealing. And I am simultaneously the healing and revealing of humanity and the universe. I am you. You are me. We are. I am. And again, thank you, Dr. Eric Pearl and Gillian Fleer, for that beautiful meditative reminder of all we are. Welcome, Gino and Louis Therese. Oh, that felt good.
Yes.
A good reset.
Yeah, it was lovely, Chelsea. Thank you. I feel like I'm floaty. I love that feeling. It's very nice. And I like the phrase, I am a photon, I am a proton. It's like we are, I am.
We are the minuscule, yet we are contained in it all.
We are all that is. Yeah.
Yes.
It amazes me that I need this reminder that I am.
Mm.
It's so easy to live past that.
I can say for myself, I get lost in life in a way, So yeah, I agree. I like the reminders.
Yeah, that's why these gatherings are nice, It's a way to remember all that we are. So, and hi Gino. Hey Louis, Trace.
Hi,
Yeah.
Louis, Therese. Welcome.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to you guys.
Any thoughts on living and being in the stillness of the I am?
I was reading Rupert Spira's book, and it's one of those where you read, a couple lines a day and then sit and ponder it. And he was kind of talking about doing a meditation similar to this, or an exercise where, you just sit and observe and think about the experiences, and then realize that your I am is really kind of beyond all the experiences. And it creates the experiences and it defines the experiences. And so that's what we think we are. But then when you sit like what we just did and just be, it's easier to realize that we're so much more. And yeah, I find throughout the day, I'm able to have that realization more and more frequently. I am. I'm just like, the power of the universe is like right here. Just like, oh yeah. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes. And for so many times in my life, meditation has been difficult for me. You know, especially if I try it just by myself and I don't have a guided meditation, before you know it, you're thinking of Cheetos or something that, you know, it's just not relevant. And when I was first meditating, I found that walking the labyrinth was a good practice for me, because your conscious mind was spending so much time making sure you didn't trip as you made these circuitous turns, that the subconscious mind and the thinking of daily life just disappeared. And then that allowed me to experience what true meditation felt like, so that I could recognize it when I tried it on my own. I don't know if any of you have walked the labyrinth before.
I was going to ask you what that is.
It's a pathway that turns in on itself, and you're always going around and turning back and coming forward and walking around. It's kind of like a maze, except there are no walls, so you can see everything.
Where is it?
They are all over. There is a World Labyrinth Finder that
Huh.
you can find on through Google, and it will show you the closest one to your home. And when I first started this, I was reading about the one in Chartres Cathedral, and they're all over the world. And when I found the World Labyrinth Finder, I found that there was one within 6 blocks of me,
Wow.
the back of a church, and there it was. And that's when I started. But it's like a combining the physicality, because you're walking the whole time, and yet there's a path, so you don't have to pay attention to where you're walking. So it does the same thing for me that a good meditation will.
Yeah, I kind of think of that as a moving meditation. It is a lovely way to contemplate and be. And they're usually such soothing environments. And Mary, you and I are lucky to have one not too far from where we live. So when the weather's nice, we can go do that together, which is fun.
Yeah. And there's some churches that have indoor labyrinths, or they will have them printed out on canvas and roll it out on their church floor or their rec hall floor from time to time. But, just a thought, side.
God, I never heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds.
There's a beautiful one in Pittsburgh, down by where a steel mill used to be, right next to the river. And the land's kind of been reclaimed and cleaned up, and there's a railroad bridge that's right by there, and it's so peaceful. And the labyrinth is around the edge. It's cobblestones, and then they have different points that talk about all the steel mills in the area, because that was such a foundation for that area, back in the day. And it's so peaceful to just go walk down there by the river, and this old railroad bridge, and a little bit of rusty building, but not much. And it's got so much atmosphere, and it's off the beaten path, and there's birds that come and stay in the trees, and and it's just so healing, I think, is what I think of when I think there. It's very healing.
I just put that labyrinth locator into the chat, the link for that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary. I'm going to check that out. I wonder what is the nearest one on there to where I live. I might be surprised.
You might be.
Yeah. It good way to incorporate a little bit of sunshine on a sunny day, and fresh air, and vitamin D.
Yes.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
There's one on 4th Street in Boise.
Probably down in the old North End
Yeah.
near
and
downtown.
Yeah.
See.
There's one at the Botanical Gardens. It looks like you got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but back to meditation per se. Sorry for that.
No, I think it was a
Yeah.
good detour. I love the idea.
I'm looking.
So how else do we incorporate meditation into our daily life? I love what you were saying earlier, Julie, when we were sharing amongst ourselves before we went live, that you had a dentist appointment early this morning and it got canceled. And so you took some time for yourself and just did a little self meditation.
Yeah. And it was then that I was thinking, there's so many ways uh, that people find meditation helpful for them in the way they meditate. You know, not just that you can sit down, not that you don't have to sit down, be quiet, you know. And I know that we've probably talked about things like that, like just taking a walk and being like where I live, it's so quiet. Taking a walk is like a meditation, you know. My husband finds washing the dishes like a meditation. Why then he doesn't do them more often, I don't know. But anyway, or what was I thinking? Something else.
When we get lost in an activity that we don't have to
Yeah.
use our brain cell for.
Right.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
you make, or it's like a connection, when you make a connection with, it could be a flower, it could be anything. You could say it's like a meditation, you know, it gives
Yeah.
you sort of that peace, that inner uh, um, connection, that, what is that? What is that, what we talked about, the inner, that moment, that pause kind of,
Mhm. Yeah, the glimpse.
Still point.
yeah, point. What was that?
Still
What's it?
point.
Yes,
A
Julie,
still point of the Tao,
still point, yeah.
point
Yeah.
of the tuning world.
like we talked about in a different episode.
Right.
Yeah, does anybody else want to share a type of meditation, or what you find meditative?
When I do when I'm cooking something special, if I'm making cookies or even just kind of trying to put a meal together that I haven't done before or maybe haven't done for a while. And to me, that's a type of meditation. In fact, on my husband, whose family, his father's side of the family is German, and I guess for Germans, on New Year's they do sauerkraut and pork, and his grandma always would make sauerkraut and dumplings and some kind of pork. And so we decided this year not to do that, but just to do a sauerkraut with some potatoes and stuff. And um, yeah, I was asking him what he was going to do with it, and he looked at me and said, like, "Oh, I thought you were going to do it." So I was like, "Okay." So I put this casserole together. It was actually really good with potatoes and sauerkraut and some cheese and some sautéed onions. And to me,
So you
just
created it.
yeah,
you
it was just that was just kind of a meditation, just that creation process. It was just beautiful, and
Right.
again, just kind of getting in the zone.
Like maybe painting, like Mary painting, listening to music.
Yeah,
That,
those two are good because you tend not to process words while you're painting or listening to instrumental music anyway.
I'd like to share that when I lived in San Francisco, I started going to a place called the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center near the Haight in San Francisco. And that was I'm beginning year 13 of my affiliation with them. And I went there for 6 years, and every Friday at, what was it? I think it was 6 or something. Burned out from my corporate job, I would go there for their 1 hour meditation every Friday. And it was such a blessing. And they do Raja Yoga meditation, which is open eye meditation. And, part of the point of that is the more that you do it, you can just walk down the street, go anywhere, and you're doing your open eye meditation. It's just a beautiful thing. And they also have one of the sisters plays harp, beautiful harp, while you're meditating. And
Right.
it's quite lovely. So anyway, I've kept in touch with them, and all through COVID and all this stuff, they've had their Zoom meditations, which is really the Friday meditation. So I've been able to keep up. So
Hmm. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
sure.
And that's one of the nice things about Zoom is that, like you can move away, but you can still remotely be connected with those, various organizations that you know about and have heard about. Yeah.
Yeah, Barbara. And at this point, they are friends of mine. We just melt it down and make it very simple. It's all about peace and love. That's it. Nothing else. I love it.
And can have a variety of faces. Um, one of I was telling my friends here before we started that I was doing a course in miracles again, and one of the tenets is that our function here is forgiveness. So I can do a full meditation just on this whole raft of people that appear in my mind when I think, who do I need to forgive? Like, oh, that guy who dumped me, the little guy who pushed me, my mother, and by the time I'm through forgiving people, half an hour it's passed.
Who's
That's,
underwater? Somebody sounds like they're underwater. Am I the only one hearing that?
No,
have
I
a
think it's Mary. It sounds
jet
like,
by. There's a jet flying over. I'm in the flight path.
oh yeah, I've got a jet over me too.
It's still flying by?
Yeah. Well, if Barbara and I are both hearing it, it's the same jet because we're 5 miles apart.
Well, I thought it was Gino because, he's underwater.
He's underwater.
But the sharks.
Yes. Oh, those are dolphins. I would never
I mean
swim with
dolphins.
and I can breathe and talk underwater. You're right.
Meditates with the fishes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've inspired me to look for see if there's a meditation site in Portland that I could visit. There probably is. I just haven't looked for one. Oh, amazing
There
what
was some sort of meditation site down Mary on 39th just by the freeway. It was before COVID. I don't know post COVID if it's still there. But
Yeah, all that deep breathing.
We have no labyrinth in Prescott.
Oh,
Oh, that's really strange. Maybe you
Really?
should build one. You've got property.
yeah, you can create one.
Yeah.
They can be
There,
pretty
there are
much any
plans
size.
online. You can get the plan.
Oh, well, maybe I'll just walk around my house. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Just that moving meditation, mindful walking, observing the trees, the space between the leaves.
Oh, okay.
Those are
Yeah.
those
But
are
I
the
have.
things to be mindful of.
Can you people see me today
Yeah.
or
Yes.
Yeah.
okay? Because I don't
Purple.
know. I feel kind of invisible. I don't know why it is, but I don't know why my name isn't coming up on my square there on my
There
Hollywood
it
square.
is. I see your name on the square.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my meditation actually may sound a bit unusual, but weight training is my kind of meditation.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to be incredibly mindful about your breathing and your
Yeah.
concentration and your focus. And I have never really experienced being this focused. And I mean, I definitely can concentrate, like when I'm doing a creative project or I'm doing a work of art or I'm just developing something that I don't really know where it's going to go. I'm in that zone a lot. Like that's my great place of refuge and solace, that zone, if you like. But with the weight training, it's very interesting because you really are suspended in the moment and you really can't have your mind go anywhere else because you could clearly and very easily injure yourself if you did. And all throughout the facility where I'm doing the training, I hear everyone breathing, not all at the same time, but that really is the way that you get close to your soul, your core. And it's kind of it's different, it's definitely a different way to, I didn't actually choose it so I could learn how to meditate in that way, but it's very helpful in staying grounded and staying focused. And after I've done my session, I do feel this wonderful sense of peace and integration and just completeness. I feel very complete after. And it's been a wonderful journey. Yeah, it's been a really interesting journey with this doorway. It's been a year since I've been doing it. It's a
Nice.
part of my life. It's a part of my life now. And I don't like to sit and meditate while I sit on a sofa or something and, go om or something like that. And I like even less having someone in the background going, open your eyes, flex your toes, check out all your body parts. And anyway.
I can relate to that, Renee. I mean, I'm a Pilates teacher, so Pilates teacher is very, Pilates is very, you have to be very focused, and afterwards, most all my clients would say, God, I just feel so good, and that I think goes for like runners,
Mhm.
people that run. I mean, you get in a headspace, or ski, or all those things that put you in the present. And
Yeah, yeah.
that's a beautiful too.
And that's one of the nice things about being human, is that there are so many options that we can take, finding that space, that connection, So,
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And thank you, Therese and Gordy, for joining us, even though you weren't able to pop in and share. But we really enjoy everybody giving their time to this today. Thank you.
bye everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Till the next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.